As young people, the next 8 years are going to be crucial for our future. We are often lazy and irresponsible, giving little thought to our role in society. It's time we showed that we are willing to be involved in shaping our future, to show we can be responsible individuals who care, to prove we know about our civic duties. So let's set it straight in 2008. Get out and vote.
Is next week's Indiana presidential primary to be or not to be for Clinton or Obama? Many people believe so, but this is not the only thing that makes Indiana primaries so interesting. This week, Indiana has joined 25 other states that require voters to show photo ID. Many political analysts think that the Indiana results could say something about the effects of the law. They say the May 6th primary will show either large numbers of voters sent home because of a lack of ID or a small turnout because poor, old, and minority voters will not go out.
How can you get compensated if your flight is overbooked and you have to wait for the next flight? The U.S. Department of Transportation has set up a new policy that allows passengers who get bumped from overbooked flights to be compensated. Passengers who are bumped from their domestic flight and arrive at their destination more than 2 hours late will be paid the full price of the fare, up to $800. But if bumped, passengers arrive less than 2 hours late, the new compensation limit is set at $400. As for international flights, if any passenger arrives at their destination 4 hours late or more, the compensation would be in addition to the price of the fare. According to government data released this month, more than 31% of domestic commercial flights arrived late, were canceled, or were diverted last February. Well, now we're moving on to our own Mike Caroli with sports. Mike, tell me something good.
Well, Washington's always been a sports town, but we haven't really been a playoff town as of late. The Washington Wizards are trying to change that with the upset story of the week. They're doing the almost impossible. They're coming back from a 3-1 deficit against the playoffs against King James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's no small feat, and they proved that on Wednesday night in a squeaker win, 88-89. Washington star Caron Butler scored a team-high 32 points, had 9 boards, and the game-winning layup with 3.9 seconds. They put up the Wiz up by 1, but Cleveland inbounded their clutch all-star LeBron James. He bobbled the ball in his attempt to the basket and missed the almost game-winning layup. Cleveland called foul, but they didn't get the referee to agree and forced the Wizards to have a Game 6 back in Washington. They'll play here tonight at 7. Who says a bunt doesn't score? Don't tell that to the Nats' Will Neves. He didn't get the signal not to bunt and ended up sending one through the pitcher's legs and loading the bases in the bottom of the 12th with no outs. Atlanta pitcher Manny Acosta then walked into the game-tying run. With the bases still loaded, the Nats took a hit single to win the game in 12. They wrap up the series against Atlanta 2-0 and face Pittsburgh for their next 4 games. And not so good news for the team, relief pitcher Chad Corder will be out for almost a month with a tear in a muscle right below his shoulder. Doctors said it won't require surgery, but he was told that the best medicine will be 2 straight weeks of rest. That's it for sports. Let's take a look at weather. The cold air is moving out of the area, bringing in some warmer area for the weekend. Today's highs will be reaching around 80 with partly cloudy skies tonight and lows dropping down to 60. Then on Saturday, you get a repeat performance with highs also in the 80s and lows dropping down to 60. Sunday, we'll get some isolated T-storms with the highs only getting into the mid-70s and lows going down to 50. Well, that was sports and weather, but this is something I don't usually do. All semester long, 17 production students here, and led by Professor Joanne at the MC Channel 10 team, have been making and delivering MC in Focus for you, our viewers. This is our way of saying thanks for watching us. Here's Chinwe Offram with a special report. Let's watch.
That's all for MC in Focus. I'm James McLean.
Thanks for watching our last edition of MC in Focus. I'm Camila Santos.
We've loved having you guys. I'm Mike Caroli. I'll see you next time.